Welcome to Local Gods. My name is Marco Liu.
And I'm James Han.
And today we have the very special honor of having DJ, producer, record label founder TOKiMONSTA on the show.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
I mean, you're a very busy lady. We've noticed just looking at your touring schedule, like what you're doing all the time in regards to like going to award shows.
Girl, you're everywhere.
Performing at Sydney, performing in LA, performing like in Vegas, performing everywhere. What are your like go-to like wellness and self-care things? Because it seems like you are probably on the plane like half the year.
You know, I would have said that was very true maybe a few years ago, but I think the wellness kind of self-care tactic for me has been saying no a lot.
Oh,
so
this is you saying no, and you're still touring like half the
I know.
We looked at your dates.
Wow.
I think she's in like different countries every.
You know, it sounds like that, but I used to be like every weekend, three days a weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, flying from like Austin to Philly to I don't know Portland, Oregon, and back out to LA. And I just learned over the years that that's not sustainable because the other thing that's really important is sleep.
Sure. Yeah.
And so, you know, if I'm out at the club until like 3, 4 in the morning, I don't really sleep well during those show dates, but what's really important is to make sure I get really good sleep the rest of the week. So when I'm at home, to get as much as I can, you bank that. And then, you know, like we all have late nights. But if you've been sleeping really good the rest of the week, that one late night isn't really going to cook you. But if you haven't, then it really starts to be really depleting.
Yeah. Sleep is key.
Yeah.
I think when you're young, you don't realize it. You feel like you can go like multiple nights without sleep. But like, I feel like an iPhone, like an old iPhone all the time, where it's like, unless I get plugged in, like, unless I get my sleep, I get charged up, I can't function. Nothing works right. The apps are not apping.
Yeah, I feel that. Which version of iPhone do you think you feel like?
At this point, like I was a BlackBerry user for the longest time, and I avoided using an iPhone, so I'm already behind the curve.
Dude, they're bringing back the keyboard though. Have you seen like the random Android phones? They have the QWERTY. It's coming back. I don't even know if some of the kids know what a QWERTY keyboard is.
I don't know. They're just like, what do you do with that?
Or like
It's
T9.
for show.
Damn. Yeah, I miss T9, bro.
But given all that, it's actually been 10 years since you actually had your Moyamoya surgery, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, like so. I can't believe we were just literally talking about that before you got into the studio, and like we can't believe it's been 10 years. What is it like for you?
I also can't believe it's been 10 years. I feel like I just came to that realization maybe only a month ago. You know, I was like, oh wait, you know, everyone's been doing that like throwback 2016 thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was I doing in 2016? I was like, getting brain surgery.
Dude.
I totally blanked. I mean, it's 10 years is a long time.
Sure.
And you know, every day is just a really great day to be alive. And knowing that it's been 10 years since I've sort of dealt with that particular illness. I mean, to be honest, I still have it. There's no cure for Moyamoya. And I guess for those listening, it's like a cerebral vascular illness where basically all the blood shuts off to your brain and you die. And for me to just, I don't know, just like being young, going out and partying, and then one day waking up being like, oh, I can't really feel my foot. And wondering, that seems kind of weird. And going to my doctor and finding out that I have this really advanced illness that has no cure, that requires brain surgery basically ASAP.
Yeah.
So, you know, what I really learned from that experience and that I hold true even today, 10 years later, is tomorrow's really not guaranteed. So would you be happy with how you live today? Because you don't know when anything will happen to you or someone that you love, or, just circumstances of life, right? And even though I love having a good time, I love working hard, all these things, it's important to prioritize yourself and enjoy your life. If that means saying no to some gigs, even though you guys think I'm doing a lot, it could be even crazier.
Wow.
You know?
Girl, you are doing a lot. I feel like we've been taking it easy in comparison.
I'm not working hard enough. Goodness. Well, I had a question though, with things pertaining to like taste in music. Like people will often say, just make what you like or make what matters to you. But I was curious, like after like the surgery and all that, how did you know if something mattered to you? Or if something was something you liked? Was it just, you trusted your gut, or like was there anything that you were like, you know?
Music that I make that I like, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah.
you know, that's actually one of the biggest lessons I also learned from that era is, you know, around 2016, I think my career was doing really well.
Mhm.
And at that point, you always have people telling you, hey, Jen, you should try making this type of music, or you should work with this artist, or you should do all these things that felt really inauthentic to me.
Mm.
But then you're also struggling with, oh, you know, I love making music. I love this job. I want to be able to do it for a long time. I need to pay rent, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, should I make these sacrifices, maybe go a little bit on a tangent that's more mainstream or feels a little bit inauthentic?
Mm.
Then I got this brain surgery and I was like, you know what? Can I cuss on this show?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, fuck that. You know,
Yeah.
I was
Uh-huh.
like, there's no way. If I'm going to die, I don't
Mhm.
want to make music that I don't love, you know? And in terms of what qualifies, if I feel happy making it and I feel good making it and I was like, this is fire,
Yeah.
that's all I need.
Oh,
you know?
nice. You didn't need anybody else to say they liked it.
No, that's the thing. After the brain surgery, I didn't care what anyone else thought, as long as I liked it,
Mm.
as long as it was as music that I was proud of.
Yeah.
Because if I was making music for other people's ears, it doesn't mean that I enjoy the process.
Right.
You know, technically, as a technical producer, I can make anything. If someone's like, hey, make country music, I can figure out,
Yeah.
find my inner twang, you know.
Yeah.
But do I want to do that? No, not really. I don't really love country music. I know, unpopular opinion right now. But it's just making the music that I'm proud of, like 20 years from now or 30 years from now, I can go back and look at my discography and be like, I love that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad I made these songs. And nothing kind of confronts you with those type of realities more than knowing that it can all be taken away.
For sure.
Mm.
I mean, we know you're very judicious, as you were just talking about in regards to what you choose. But at this point, I'm fully expecting one day you're gonna be like, you know, I just did Coachella. I'm gonna stick around for Stagecoach because I have tracks that I can play at that too. So maybe, well, I'll see.
You know,
Right?
I do like. I really fuck with country music, but like older, like Johnny Cash era,
Okay,
like
yeah,
Dolly Parton
the
stuff.
classics. Yeah.
I'm not really listening to like modern pop country, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that I don't think it's good music. It just doesn't appeal to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing I was listening for in a lot of interviews and things you've done about that whole crazy time period was what was it like to basically get back into making music? Because you were touring again after a few months, and I guess like neither of us are like neuroscientists or
Yeah.
brain surgeons, so like it's crazy to hear like that's how like resilient the brain works. Like, did that also change the way you look at your mind and all that? Because it seemed like you bounced back real fast.
I mean, a lot of that was, you know, resilience and
Mhm.
perseverance. It was pretty bleak in the beginning. I think the recovery felt like very slow and then very fast.
Oh.
So
Mm.
at the point that I couldn't really talk,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like ages and it was really hard. I mean, there was a point at which when I was discharged that they were going to have me see a speech therapist because I still wasn't able to fully, I guess, communicate to the ability that I should be at that
Mhm.
time. I mean, even now, sometimes like I'll be like, oh, I forgot that word. And I was like, is it because I'm getting older or is it because of my brain surgery? And I don't know. It's probably a little bit of both.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
obviously, you know, I
yeah.
can talk and all that. It was really surprising to see how not easy. That's the wrong word. How quickly the brain can recover.
Mhm.
And that's not the story for a lot of people. And
Wow.
I think at the end of the day, maybe it took me 2 to 2.5 months to be quite undetectable. Like no one could tell anything happened to me, right? And I didn't tell
Incredible.
anyone either.
Yeah.
It was really important for me to keep this experience private
Mhm.
until I felt comfortable talking about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I fully identified as being a potato. Like I knew I could not do anything. And in my head, I was fully cognizant that I could not speak,
Mhm.
that I could not understand anything anyone was saying around me. I could not understand music. I could not take my thumb and put it to my ear. Someone said, hey, TOKi, put your right thumb to your left ear.
Mhm.
I could not figure out how to do that. The thing is, my brain is still the same. Like me, I was like, I'm going to figure this bitch out. How do I do this? Like, which one is my right
So it's
thumb?
like the same voice. It's like same narrator is in there,
Mm.
but then the connection to your body is a little
and language too. So it's like the processing is so different. So there's motor skill issues that I had, and then language issues. So it felt like more, because it's not like I'm talking to myself because I don't have words in my head anymore, right? And I think the average person isn't thinking words in their head; they're just doing.
Yeah.
Right.
It felt more like the innate person of who I am is the kind of person that's gonna try to push through. You know, like even without words, even without physical abilities, something deep inside me was like, "You're gonna figure this shit out." You know.
Whoa.
And actually, just yesterday, I found this old sketch pad. So I randomly found a sketch pad that I had in the hospital. So I was still trying to draw at the time, and it's not that bad, to be honest. And I could see myself trying to write words down, and as simple as I would write, "I am bored," but I wrote bored, BORDE. Like I couldn't write, and this is like as I'm still recovering. The first week, I couldn't even do that, but the next week I could try to write words down. And then I saw that I was trying to cheat these like neuro examinations they do. So they ask, the doctors will come in and say, "Okay, TOKi, where are you?" And I'll be like, "Okay, I'm in Stanford." They're like, "Okay, what day is it?" I'll be like, "I don't know, Saturday." Like, "What is this?" I'll hold up a pen. I'll be like, "That's a pen." And then they'll start asking you more cognitively difficult things. And one of them that I couldn't figure out was say no if, ands, or buts. I could not say that. I could not.
Like the phrase "no if, ands, or buts."
And it's a really common, I guess.
Kind of hard to say though.
Honestly. So I think that was like final boss test, and I hated that I couldn't say it. So on this notepad, you can see that I have written down the words so that I could just like figure it out.
Okay.
Wow. Dang.
But that's not the point. I'm not supposed to write it down.
Yeah. But like you're so resilient. You want to get through it, and
Yeah.
you're like you have that fighter spirit.
Yeah.
Respect.
Was Korean easier? Because I know you've talked about how like it was like relearning how to speak English.
Yeah.
But then what was it like? Because I've had friends actually, they immigrated to the States when they were really young, and they got into an accident. And when they woke up, they couldn't speak English anymore, but they could speak like Mandarin, right?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is, for me, I think because English is really my main and first language. If I woke up speaking Korean, that'd be wild. My mom would be like,
"Dope."
Mom would be like, "I'm so proud of you."
Whoa.
You know?
That's
I don't
great.
even know if I like attempted to speak Korean at the time.
I see.
mean, it's kind of fuzzy at this point. But like my best friend passed away a couple years ago, and it was cancer that ended up going to her brain. At a point, she grew up speaking Spanish. She started just speaking in Spanish only.
Oh.
And she almost always just speaks English, but she is fluent. She was fluent in 3 different languages. She started speaking exclusively in Spanish, and then started speaking in Korean, which was wild because she's not Korean.
What?
She spent 3 years in Korea.
Whoa.
It wasn't like the most advanced Korean, but she would only speak in like this very minor, this like small Korean that she knew, but she knew pretty authentically. It was wild.
Whoa.
The brain is insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've learned a lot.
Yeah,
just
I've
from
learned a lot.
that,
man.
yeah. And speaking of your friend, again, sorry for that, for the loss. That came fairly recently, and like kind of inspired Eternal Reverie, right? Your album that came out last year. It seems like you've, like, whether it's through your own experiences or through friends, like you've been having a lot of truly like philosophical, life-altering experiences where it's really been expanding your understanding of reality, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, damn universe, like I don't need any more new lessons.
it's tough, yeah.
I think one of the realities that I kind of, or the conclusions I came to after sort of my friend passing away, was that life actually doesn't get easier. These 2 things are super traumatic for me.
Yeah.
Guess what? I might have a 3rd, 4th, 5th, very likely more of these, more different versions of something that's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And life doesn't change, but you can. So every time something like my friend passing away, she's not going to be the first. We're all going to die, you know?
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable for us to think about because no one ever wants to think about dying. That's dark as fuck. That's not fun. But the more you think about dying, the more you should be encouraged about living.
Yeah.
You know, like why waste your life knowing that this is a short time that you have and it could end at any given moment.
Sure.
And also knowing that every time you face some difficult thing, you always get over it. Whether you know, like broke up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you feel like the world's gonna end, and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Wait like 3 months, you're like, I don't even know why I dated that person. Every time, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get over it. So at this point, like if I just broke up with my boyfriend, it sucks. But I'm like, you know what? He's like maybe like the fourth boyfriend I broke up with. Like, I was
It's
like,
light.
Nobody's replaceable, irreplaceable.
It really sucks, but the data shows after 4 months I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And even with losing my friend, like that was much harder for me to deal with than even my own like brain surgeries. Because for me, I'm in control, right? I'm like, I know I'm gonna get through this. With hers, I was completely helpless. There was nothing we could do, and you're just watching your best friend just leave. You're like actively watching that. It's really, really tough. But as hard as it was, and as traumatizing as it was, and how I recognize it still hurts now. It's maybe been a year and a half or something like that. And at this point, it's not like actively hurting, but that little bit of hurt that's there, it reminds me how much I love this person. And that's what will happen to all of us if we lose our parents, our friends, or our dogs, or cats, whatever. It hurts. And eventually, it's not like it stops hurting, but the hurt evolves into something like gratitude. Like, wow, how grateful am I to have this with me.
Have you ever seen that clip from I think the singer, his name was Andy Grammer? There was a clip of him talking about how he deals with grief. His mother passed away, I think, many years ago, and he was doing a show somewhere and was at a diner and saw these like middle-aged women sitting at the table and reminded him so much of his mom. And he was like, oh, I just got to go to them. And he was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but can I just pay for your lunch? Because my mother passed away and she loved doing lunches, and it would just mean so much to me if you just let me pay for your bill. And the story goes, well, she also lost her son, and it was like a sweet moment where they both were able to console each other. But I thought it was really cool because he was talking about how you can be on the offensive and or be on the attack with grief. Be proactive with grief, as in like for him, like his mother, or I don't know, I think he said like if she loves like a certain pie, he would bake the pie in remembrance of her and like give it to somebody, and like I kind of see the album you made as some sort of way to like remember your friend or be like proactive about it and like maybe remember her.
It's like that abundance, right? Instead of being like I lost a person, it's more like I gained this experience. It's like, how lucky are we to like for like what are the chances that we were gonna meet? Like how lucky am I just to like be able to be here with you guys? In a world where there's billions of us, you might not cross paths.
Sure.
And so just to be like this wonderful person, I'm lucky to have experienced her short time here. And I think with the album, the album was already happening. So she passed away very quickly within 6 months. And it was during sort of the end phase where the album was almost done. I was about to turn it in and go on tour. So it was cool. Like we would listen to some of it on the way to chemo because I would drive her. And I think at the end of the day, I included more songs that I felt like represented her, and that's her legacy. Like, I love talking about her because I'm like, y'all didn't know her. What a gift it was.
Yeah.
And her impact on me shaped who I am today. And without her, I wouldn't be who I am today.
I mean, have you seen WandaVision? This is a random Marvel thing.
I watched it.
But a theme of WandaVision was the idea that grief is love persisting. I feel like that's the only thing I remember from that series. But it was like a powerful thing because it was during COVID, right?
Yeah, it was because like she lost her husband, but then she had like made up kids.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert! Sorry, everyone. Yeah.
It's been 5 years. People have had enough time, but like, it was like I think that expiration of grief, like just like your album, it allows people to process their own things. And I think one thing I've heard you say before is when you're up on stage DJing and you're interacting with a crowd, it's almost as if the audience is like one giant organism reacting to you. And it feels like in some ways you're like a grief counselor and you're helping people walk through it. And like, you're also creating this experience for people for every show you do. Like, do you like, are you cognizant of these layers as you're performing, or are you just like trying to keep the vibes going?
It's kind of a lot to think about, though. No.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of that I realized after. It's like, wow, this is what the experience feels like. I mean, when the crowd is huge, like festivals, like it's hard to really look at each. You can't even see each person. So it really is like a living organism, right? It's like each person is a cell, a part of this whole entire crowd. And it's amazing. This the way that like music has an impact on one person and then the whole audience, and the way that, you know, maybe music that we listen to has an effect on our mood and our entire body, right? Not to get like any like super woo woo or anything like that. I'm not trying to go there, but
This is the woo woo podcast of record action.
But like when I'm up there, I understand that the baseline is I want to play good music that I'm proud of and that I want to share with people, right? I mean, it depends if I'm doing, like nowadays I mostly just DJ, but when I'm doing live sets like Coachella, like live performance with like singers or a band or whatever, that's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, I just want to have this wonderful shared experience. And I've said this before, like you could have a shitty day, I could be having a shitty day, but the moment that we're all together in that club or in that venue or at that festival, everything stops. You're not thinking about the fact that, you know, your car broke down or like you have to take your dog to the vet or whatever it could be. You're just having fun. And in that moment, it is like therapy. And that's what music was for me too. It's like I would sneak out of the house and go raving when I was 17 in downtown LA. Don't tell my mom. And I was like, oh, this is way better than study for the SATs, you know?
Oh,
and and you know, just Asian kid, it's like you just balance doing both. Like you study, you go and party. And for me, just being in this position where I recognize this privilege I have to share music with people, I want to make sure that I give my all. And then it becomes kind of depleting. And that's why saying no became. So it's all a cycle of learning, right? And yeah, I don't know. I just really love it. And I think being able to look at a crowd as an experience and the show as an experience, it makes it special for me too. And it makes me want to keep doing it, because the more it feels like I'm doing something for someone, the less I'm going to want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
I want to do it for myself too.
Yeah. And you've been at it since like how long? 2010 or even before then? What would you say?
So my first album, Pieces of Music, came out in 2010, but I mean, I was out in LA like playing beats since like 2006.
Like Low End Theory, all that. You're a part of that.
Been to Low End Theory, by the way?
Yeah.
I didn't have the privilege because I'm not from here.
Oh,
I've never been, but
it was a time.
It was a magical era.
Yeah.
So jealous, man.
And one thing that James pointed out, and James was one of the few people in my adult life where he's seen me like break out in tears thinking about the privilege that we get to do for this show. But it's like just the prospect, like, well, I remember like just again looking through different podcasts thinking like, has anyone covered the like whether or not people know the origin behind your name? It's actually kind of similar to our name too, because it's like it is an oxymoron. It's taking something soft and something like big, something hard.
Yeah.
Likewise, like how can a god be local, right? Local gods. And James pointed out, I think this was a private conversation, that it's kind of like the NFL Hall of Fame. And I'll let you explain it fully, but that's kind of how it feels like whenever we have someone that, like to you, you're a good example of something we talk about a lot on the show. You have become ubiquitous. Whenever there's Coachella, Lollapalooza, what is it, Burning Man, Lightning in a Bottle, any festival, at this point, it's like if I see your name on there, like I'm like, oh, of course TOKiMONSTA is playing for this.
Yeah.
And so to have someone that not only is able to influence so many people with their music, but has done it for over such a long period of time, like a lot of people grew up with your music, which is, I'm sure is crazy for you to hear, right?
Yeah. I get it all the time. They're like, oh, I used to, you know, study to my like finals in college to your music. I was like, I hope you're a doctor now. You know? You know, like all the things. No, actually, I met a friend of a friend recently, and I think he launches rockets or something like that.
Wow.
Like, oh yeah, just so he actually explicitly told me, he's like, your music helped me launch rockets or something like that.
That's a crazy bar.
It's wild. I was
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not launching rockets though.
Well, like for what he means by the
right?
like what he meant by the NFL Hall of Fame, if that makes sense. Like, have you seen those videos where like the dude, he wears like a jacket and he goes to like the NFL player's house and he's like, have you seen those videos? I could describe it.
I don't know. It sounds like an Ed McMahon thing right now, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
No. They basically go to a legend's house and they say, hey, you're inducted into the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for all that you've done for the game. We acknowledge all the hard work you've put in. Thank you for all the years We just want to, give you your flowers in person. So that's basically what he meant. Like, it's an honor for us if anyone says yes, because we're just happy you're here is what I'm trying to say.
I'm happy I'm here.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with the NFL Hall of Fame, do they know that they're coming? Or
No, it's a complete surprise.
Okay, so it is kind of like an Edmund Mack thing. Like, you won $1 million.
Yeah.
This home. Like, what was that contest called?
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
We're trying not to let people know we're old, bro.
This cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. I was like, I've heard of that word.
Vaguely in the past, but
That was like some way long time ago thing.
Yeah.
No.
We heard stories about it from our parents, is what you're saying. But on that note, like, we have to cheers to that, because like you.
Oh yeah.
You are such a big impact to us. You are the spirit, the chi behind what we're doing. And so, thanks to our sponsors, we have these chi sparkling beverages that we would like to toast with. So, they are 0-calorie beverages.
If you want lime.
You have a preference?
I think the lychees.
You cool with that?
Lychee's great.
Okay, great.
Actually, both of them look pretty good.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
So,
Well,
Are you good?
I
There
thought
you
you
go.
guys were giving me like a hard seltzer. I was like, damn.
Oh, no.
Is it gonna be that?
Cheers.
hey, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, right? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Have you had this before?
I feel like I might have maybe like an Asian night market kind of vibe.
Yeah,
maybe a Mama's
yeah.
night market or
They've-
something.
They've definitely gotten popular. So like Chi Forest, I think you can get like
At
nationwide.
Costco, I think.
Yeah,
I
Costco
saw
for
it
sure.
at Costco. I think I was in like Montebello or something.
Lychee's good.
Lychee's good.
Fire. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like one of the big reasons why we have this space is because for a lot of Asian kids, specifically Asian American kids, people never get their flowers. It's like it's all about like working your ass off. At some point, you're supposed to have achieved it. No one really tells you when. And then
When your mom says, "I'm proud of you."
yes, which
We don't always
Oh,
get the pleasure.
No.
and a lot of people
Yeah.
never hear that, right? So yeah.
We're like,
See, even our
"Aw."
producer's laughing.
Yeah,
He's like,
I feel the deep pain.
You guys want
yeah,
to know something funny?
for sure.
My mom uses Kakao
Mhm.
Messenger. It's like Korean, like
WeChat.
iMessage
Yeah.
or whatever. And she will text me, "Oh, my daughter, I'm so proud of you," but she has never said it out loud. It's wild. She said she love
Wow.
bombs me over text, which she never used to do. So even that is new, but she won't say it in person. But she'll say all these like really nicely, and she means it too. She's like, "I really love you. Like, I'm proud of you, my daughter, blah, blah, blah." And then never says it in person. When I look at her, she's this like Asian mom. I'm like, whoa.
Wait, does she say it in Korean over text?
She'll say it in Korean and in English.
Wow, both.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe she could say it
That's
in
real.
English. That would be less like close to the heart. It's like one step outside of that.
You know what? I'm not trying to push her. I'm like, text is good.
Okay.
Step by step.
Yeah.
Step
yeah.
one is good.
one at a time.
Well, yeah, for sure.
When my mom sees me, she gives me like a weird hug, and she's like, "Oh, it's good to see you," or something. It's really random. It's really funny.
Wow, like
Whoa.
and the my daughter thing. That's like it feels kind of formal, and like but she means it. You can tell.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, like her English understanding of English. I mean, she's been in the States for a very long time, so
Mhm.
for an older Asian lady, she speaks
Yeah.
pretty good English. But she'll say like, "Oh, my daughter Jennifer," like to me, like a Hallmark card. But then she'll say it like
Oh.
randomly.
AI.
She only follows
Wow.
one person on Instagram, and it's me.
Wow.
So if she sees like a good post, she'd be like, "Oh, my daughter, you look so nice. I love you." Blah blah blah. And then in person, nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. She lives on the East Coast with my sister, but I always
Okay.
thought that was fun.
okay.
I think it might be maybe like an introvert or like maybe some social awkwardness where she feels comfortable because it's over text. So her internet personality is like very
Yeah.
loving, and
yeah.
maybe she just feels awkward being that person. Like sometimes people are inside sensitive, but they can't like communicate it.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Isn't that weird?
Yeah. This
I'll
confirms
take it though.
Yeah.
You know?
It's still nice to hear.
Yeah.
It's
She
still
said
nice to
sorry to
hear.
me once too. I was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's crazy." Yeah.
Oh wow. She even apologizes. Wow.
Bro, I
You
feel like that's
apologize
even
once,
more
yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
Still over text though, never in person.
Oh. Well, it's a thought that counts as a text that counts, right? And I think this confirms that Asians are all introverts. Like this cracks the code.
I know a few like very extroverted Asians, like clinically extroverted, like
Clinically, it's
like
like a
it-
disease.
I know.
Something is wrong with you if you're.
I know. but that love being around people, and they get sad
Mhm.
if they're not around
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Mhm.
you know?
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 I'm like outro. What is it? Intro.
Ambivert.
Yeah,
Ambivert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being around people for too long, I'm like, I want to stay at home.
For sure.
It's true. But what if you're around people you really like?
That's different though, right?
You
Comfortable
open
people.
up then, right?
So
Yeah.
extroverts, I would say, are the ones that love people even if they're with a bunch of strangers. Like they just like people.
Mm.
You know, I can be extroverted
Interesting.
with people I'm comfortable with because it doesn't require discomfort because I know them.
Yeah, yeah.
But the kind of extrovert that likes to be around strangers all the time, that is a special type of person.
Yes,
And I
for
know a bunch
sure.
of those.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And then you come from a very special place, at least in my book. Like, because South Bay is a very unique culture in
No
Southern
one's ever said
California.
that before.
Really? What?
That it's a special place?
I think so.
I mean, I think it's a special place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
some of
Torrance
the
is
most
getting its flowers. I didn't
yeah, some of the most illustrious Asian Americans are from Torrance. Like you, Jeremy Lin. Like there's some like heavy hitters in the Asian American world that are from there.
Yeah.
So and like knowing about your particular music upbringing, whether it's piano classes or listening to like punk rock and then getting into hip hop and TLC and all that, that seems like a very not just a Southern California thing, but it's like it is South Bay, and I feel like as an OC guy, I relate to it too. Cause like I feel like only people in Long Beach, maybe Torrance and OC care about Sublime. Like, what do you think about Sublime?
We love Sublime.
Okay, all right. See, there you
Everyone down
go.
here
That's
loves
why.
Sublime.
Yeah.
Loves No Doubt. Love
Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like
Mhm.
no one's gonna be like, oh, that sucks. No, if you're here,
Oh.
we love that. We love all of them. Like a Weezer, a Green Day,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, this is see, speaking my language. Like this is
Interesting.
a collective childhood that like it rings extra true. I think down in this area.
I mean, Sublime also, if you're from OC, is like a really special thing.
Yes.
Like Garden Grove, all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like the best karaoke song is always Sublime.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I recommend.
Yeah, so what was it like for you growing up there? And then like I guess yeah, is there really a nightlife scene out there? Because I understand why you'd have to go to LA to You're smirking
I
as
was
I'm
like,
saying that. Like,
nightlife. It's just like going to like the one single like Korean bar.
That'll
that's
be
in
a
Torrance.
dive bar, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's this place called 3355 where everyone would go and drink soju.
Wow.
That's like the only thing to do there. I mean, being in Torrance was great motivation to go to LA. So I'd always drive the 20 minutes to go to LA.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do anything in Torrance, but I think one of the coolest things I experienced when I was younger is, let me think. When I was in high school, I was taking Japanese.
Oh.
I took Japanese
yeah.
for 5 years. 1 year starting in middle school and then 4 years in high school.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
And our high school Japanese teacher name was Nishi Sensei, right? So Miss Nishi. Her son is Ki Cool from the Visionaries, and it's a really
Oh, what?
yeah.
Oh.
So I don't think at this point Miss Nishi Sensei is still with us. She was quite a bit older, but Ki Cool would come to our class with Repmatic, and this is like I'm like 15 or 16 years old, and the Visionaries is this really iconic like underground like backpacker hip hop
Yeah.
group from LA. It's like 2Max, Ki Cool, and a bunch of other dudes. And Repmatic is a part of the Beat Junkies, like really, really legendary scratch DJ.
Sure.
They would just like come to class randomly, and he would like talk about stuff. I kind of forgot. He would like freestyle, and then they would like beatbox.
Why? But the fact that they're just coming to class.
It was a really random thing because it just
wild.
happened to be that his mom was a
That's
Japanese
crazy.
teacher
Yeah.
at my high school.
Uh-huh.
And I always thought that was really cool. Then later, I was going out to Low End Theory and all this stuff, and I would
Yeah.
see Repmatic a bunch, and then we just became friends.
Yeah.
And so now we're just peers. And I was
Wow.
like,
Did you ever
sometimes-
feel
Yeah.
like that's crazy? Like when you're going out to like Low End Theory and then getting your career going, did you ever feel like unwanted or just like you didn't belong, or did you feel any of that, or were you just like dedicated to get your craft and just keep going out and doing stuff? Like what was your mindset when you were younger?
I definitely was very other than the typical person that would be at Low End Theory, which were also the people that would be at Project Blowed, which was like the predecessor, which was more like freestyle fellowship and all that stuff. Yeah, there weren't a lot of just Asian girls making
Period. Yeah.
I
making
Yeah.
these like hard beats, and I would go to beat battles and like bring beats. And at that time, you'd bring like like an MP3 CD, and like you'd like just play your beat, and you would like battle some other producer. It was always this guy DiBiase that would win, who's legendary. But I didn't really think anything of it. I was definitely more like, I think, traditionally extroverted at that time too. So I just loved being out and, you know, telling Daddy Kev like, hey, can you let me play one of these beat invitationals? This is like really early, maybe 2006 or 7.
Sheesh.
And I mean, the club lasted. I mean, I played their closing party, which was, I don't know when it ended, maybe mid 2010s at some point. So yeah, I would just go every time. And I know people talked a lot of shit about me. A lot of people didn't. The main thing was that people didn't think I made my own music.
They thought you were just taking someone else's shit and just.
Yeah, everyone thought my ex-boyfriend made all my beats because he was also a producer. The thing is, when we met, I was already making beats, you know, and at that time he had brought me out to Low End Theory, and that's like where I met Fly Low. That's where I met even people like Dumbfounded, you know, and I've known Dumbfounded now for a very, very long time. We're just like little rapscallions at that time, right? And what happened was that rumor, someone started this rumor that he made all my beats, or I learned everything from him, which was not true. There was an exchange of information, but that's like peers, right? If I'm talking to another producer, they're like, hey, what's that plugin? I got you. And I'm like, let me get this from you. And it's like the same.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to discredit me so bad that even to this day, that rumor still exists, that I learned everything from this one particular person. And he totally says, like, I never said it. I wasn't the one who said it. You know, we were still friends. And I was like, dude, another person brought it up. And I would just like ream him and be like, dude, why do people keep saying this? Like, he's like, I swear I wasn't the one to say it. But I think the higher you fly, the more people want to bring you down. So it's okay if it exists. You know, if people want to say that. I mean, I'm on the internet all the time talking about my process.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just funny because they just dated that guy for like 6 months.
Still haunting you to this day.
Yeah. When I was 20, you know, it's like, get out of here. But, you know, it's that was the main thing that kind of just like circled me for a while in LA, and then circled out to like random people. I mean, anytime someone brings it up, I was like, fine, whatever you want to think, but it's not true. And other than that, though, I think I really earned my way. I mean, I've been around for so long, you know. I think because of that experience, I actually don't work with other producers. I've only worked with, let me think about other producers. I've only worked with 2 other producers on one track each. One was Zoo. It's the track. I was a feature on his album.
Right.
And then I had Kaylin Ellis on my album.
Right.
I have not worked with any other producers on tracks of mine from the very beginning, which I think is really limiting because I want to collab more. So now at this point, because I've been around for long enough, I'm trying to work with more other producers and just like do my best to also uplift like new and upcoming artists that I really believe in. And a lot of that is through collaboration.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like you're painting a picture like if there isn't like a DJ 8 Mile movie, this could be like a DJ 8 Mile movie. We call it like Figaro or something instead. but like
call it Western and
Western.
Oh wait, that's catchier.
Yeah, for sure. But like that's so crazy. So like it really seems, or like it's very self-evident that you were like you're in the trenches and you had to battle all of these identity politics even back then. And you just kind of just like brush off your shoulder. It's like, it just is what it is. I want to be here. I'm going to make myself known. I'm going to claim my space.
Yeah. It must be whatever it was that got me through the brain surgery. I think that's what got me through the early part. It's something deep within me that even without a voice, that is something that I have. And it seems unique to me, but everyone has that. You know? If you want to really try to succeed at something, you just have blinders on. You don't see anything else. And this is the crazy thing is I never wanted to be a professional producer. I didn't want to be a professional DJ. I didn't allow myself to think that that was even possible. I just wanted to play beats. You know, I wanted people to hear my music, but I was never someone that's like, I want to be famous. I want to get rich off this. Not even once. And it was almost like, I don't know, my destiny or universe was like, hey, you should just do music. I thought I was just going to go to college. I was going to have a job. And at night I would go out and play beats, you know. Yeah. Because I didn't think that this career was sustainable because Asian parenting, like, my job, insane. It's not possible, you know. How are you going to survive doing what I do. And I don't know. I think everything, mindsets, stuff, I have no idea. Destiny, universe, whatever, good decisions got me to where I am today.
One quick question before we move on. How did you get to the shows? As like, did you drive yourself, or like were you taking like metro up to Low End Theory, like when you were going to the to all that when you were a kid?
Oh, I was driving.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
okay.
What kids were driving at like 14, right?
Yeah, I was driving at 16.
Oh, okay, so you really were like, because there are, I think, a lot of suburban kids, because like, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know a lot of like just like nice kids from South Bay where they went to, I don't know, West or South, and they were like, everything was like literally to stay on that college track, and so the thought of going up to LA for something like that wouldn't even enter their mind, and they would just like, if they went anywhere, it's to like prep school and like to get ready. But you were not one of those, I guess.
No. I guess it's weird to reflect back and go, I guess I was built different.
Yeah,
You know?
I'll say.
Because I was like, my friends were like Asian baby girls. You know, I wasn't hanging out like, I was like, I would go to Low End Theory, but I would still be at, you know, some like Asian club on Hollywood, you know, where my friend's selling bottle service. I have like a weird mixture of cultures, because also Low End Theory is very hip hop, artsy, electronic stuff.
Yeah.
And rave culture is not as different. You know, like going to listen to house music is slightly different than Low End Theory stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that is very different than Asian American scene. Music, you know, like I would go like to one of those clubs and be like, and see the like Farce Movement guys. You know? And so I just loved being in different types of subculture and culture, anything that was like going out and this is fun. And I was never pretentious about it, because like if I tried to bring a Low End Theory guy to one of these like AZN clubs back in the day, they'd be like, no fucking way, I'm not going there. You know, and vice versa. If I was like, hey, do you guys want to go to this, they'd be like, no. If I take like someone that's more in like drum and bass scene to another thing, they'd be like, no. And now kids are different. Now kids are like, I want to listen to Aphex Twin and Taylor Swift, you know?
True.
And I think it's maybe because I'm super ADHD, but I just loved all of it. I was like, I want to play, you know, like I'll play EDC, but also play like a warehouse in Berlin.
Whoa.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'll always still drop in some rap stuff, even if I'm at an EDC playing to a huge stage with thousands and thousands of people. You will still hear me play like Kendrick or something.
Which is pioneering, because that was not the case before.
Yeah.
But now I feel like you were one of the ones to really do that, and now everyone does it. Like it's just, well, all the genres seem to blend together now, right?
All music is related, you know? Like people don't realize that music is related, you know? Like if you're listening to hip hop and R&B, you know that a lot of the breaks are going in, or that is coming from soul music, right? And then Motown soul, people taking breaks off of like a James Brown record, making hip hop, you know, hip hop then going into like people taking samples from that to make drum and bass, or people taking these chords to make house music with R&B vocals, or all the way up into now people are listening to hardstyle, which is like really, really aggressive, like kind of like techno. And then I just saw this rap guy that's like rapping over that now.
That's crazy.
I think something Choppa, I forgot his name, but he's like super viral right now. And he's straight rapping on
a hardstyle beat?
Sorry, hard techno, like
Hard
hardstyle techno. I mean, it's
hard
kind of
techno.
hard
Whoa.
techno and hardstyle are kind of related. It's just like
What's that dance style? I think it was like viral back in the day. Tectonics? The type
that's
of
like the electro one.
Yeah,
the swimming around the head and the like flipping of the arms. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I know.
coming back, I think. It's on my feed. I get it a lot.
No way.
Yeah. They're calling it electro dance now.
It has a new name.
Yeah. Like go on your TikTok or Instagram and look up like electro dance.
Electro dance. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of arms. I can't do it. My arms are a little short.
Wow, like so, this is so crazy. So like coming from South Bay and getting into all of that, and then you even caught a little bit of, I think, the end of the booking era, right? Or did you?
Yeah, I went to one of those clubs when I was like completely underage. I used my sister's.
Yeah, I would say.
But that's so bad. Like, do people understand the you have to explain.
We
what a booking club is.
we had a clip that do you know PK? He's
Yeah,
the guy
yeah,
beyond. Yeah, so he talked about the glory days of Koreatown, and that clip blew up because a lot of people were reliving those glory days. But it's just really funny because I didn't even get to experience it. I just like heard about it and like saw it from a distance. But like you were definitely the cool Asian that was just like going wherever you wanted and just like getting into whatever scene was interesting to you.
I mean, I didn't feel very cool. I was like definitely not a cool person growing up, but I just had a lot of things I wanted to experience, and I just figure out a way to make it work. You know?
Wow. Take notes, kids.
Yeah. And the booking clubs are funny though, because like it's girls going to a club so that waiters could drag them to sit with men sitting at tables, but it's like these immediate blind dates. It sounds really predatory right now, but at the time it was kind of like if guys are too shy to talk to girls and girls are too shy to talk to guys, these waiters were matchmakers and they'll be like, hey cute girl, you go sit with this guy. You have a drink with them and you're like, oh, you guys are weird, and go, I have to go to the bathroom, and then you leave.
It was always I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, that was a polite like indirect way, but everyone knew what that meant. They'd just be like, because sometimes also you go to the table and they don't look that stoked to see you either. You're like, but I still
You have to go to the restaurant. Yeah.
I was like, I still want to drink, so let's go. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of that. I was completely underage, so that also was kind of like a little weird. I think, like if you imagine, I don't know, like
just living in the moment.
A 17-year-old, like a minor, minor going to, because those booking clubs are 21 plus.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, those don't exist anymore. I don't think so.
As far as we know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
They're not even a thing in Korea anymore.
Yeah.
I think they've been outdated for a while.
Yeah, and then PK basically, I had no idea, but he was basically explaining the social conventions from Korea that basically explained why that was a thing, because I guess you had to be introduced in traditional Korean culture.
Oh.
Yeah, well, at least that's what he told us.
It's like pre-Hongdae boy or whatever,
yeah.
Hongdae guy or whatever, that vibe.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you also are a cultural ambassador of sorts, going between these different scenes. And I think like I wasn't surprised at all to see that, whether it's Nora from Queens or doing that EP inspired by Squid Games, or I'm sure something related to K-pop Demon Hunters. Like you were, I'm sure for a lot of people, you were probably the only Korean American they knew in the music scene. So as you're seeing K-pop blow up now, like, what are your thoughts on all that? You go back and forth between Korea and the States a lot?
I mean, not really. I think, there are some like musician friends of mine where they're really tapped into like Korea. Like Dumb is a good idea or a good example. Or I think he goes by Johnny Park now. Either way, I call him Dumb. So
you get to call him Dumb. You've known him that long.
It's hard. We've known each other for a long time. I don't know how to I have brain surgery. I can't change names.
Love it.
But he goes back there a lot, and he has a community there. He's done some pop songs out there. For me, I'm so cemented in more like alternative Western music. So when I go there, I'm playing to kyopos, mostly like foreign people in Korea, or I'm playing for Koreans that are more into worldly music.
Sure.
Yeah.
So breaking into K-pop has been a thing. Like I have gone to, I have friends that do that, friends at YG or Black Label, and I love being able to be on the periphery and observing it. As far as like I did one song with aespa, so I have done K-pop. We show excellence through the way that we work, and a lot of Koreans have the same kind of motivations as I do, where they're just like, I just really want to make things happen. Koreans are really good at making things happen. Maybe not at a corporate level, but as individuals, they're like, we need to show people we can do stuff. And it's a lot of the underdog energy that Koreans hold with them. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. I think the K-pop Demon Hunters, like the Asian American Asian presence at like even the Met Gala was so impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Like I just went to the Gold Gala. It was the first year that I went. I was like, man, fuck. I feel really seen, but also damn, like we're really cool. We're doing from like massive tech founders to like actors to, I think they honor Jet Li. Like there's a lot of that. But in terms of niche music markets where like I could be, let's say I was like the world's biggest DJ, it's still a little different than pop music.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, you feel that even like being at a place like Gold Gala, like
No, well, at Gold Gala it's a little different, but Gold Gala is I think they're just starting to have more like musicians go there, but I think prior, I mean, maybe Steve Aoki was there, but there's a lot of like pretty significant culture shakers and movers that are Asian American or Asian in music, but maybe not as obvious as, you know, the ones that are platformed more on major labels, etc.
right.
So it was good that I was there. I was really happy to be there, just to represent sort of alternative music in a way. But I don't know. Overall, it was amazing. I just loved seeing everyone there. I loved seeing the accomplishments. It was just a group of people that I'm sure my mom was excited I was around.
Nice.
You know?
I think just like throughout this conversation, whether it's before your brain surgery or afterwards, it seems like authenticity and just being you is super important. Because I think one thing I realized when I was listening to your older catalog is that you would incorporate like pensory and things like that in there, and that what is it, like finding like sounds, and I forgot what the term,
field recording.
Yeah, the field recordings aspect. Like not every DJ does that, and it seems like because you seek out these specific scenes and you just go seek out interesting things to you, it creates a very unique sound. And I think I'm just curious, like what's on your mind right now when you're like thinking about like, because even your last album, like I think you got sounds from Brazil and all that, so there's definitely like a world music element to it. So what's really inspiring you right now, especially in the age of AI music? That's another thing we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh God, AI.
AI music hates to see me coming because they're never doing the same thing, you know? You know, and when we talk about authenticity, you know, if you're not yourself, then you're just someone else, right? And even though my path to where I am today was not the easiest and not the most straightforward, because, you know, I could have just, once I was starting to get people's attention, I could have just tried to make like some dubstep banger and do the best I could to just play a game, but that didn't feel right to me. And so even though my career has been really steady, it's been steady. I'm still here, you know? And that has to do with integrity and choosing to communicate and explore who I am as a person to my audience. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just so much to think about in terms of like what I want to incorporate into music. Right now, I think the thing that's the most exciting is modern club music. Like, it's not the days of like hard EDM anymore. Maybe house music is sounding very stable to me. Like, what else is on the cusp? And that is like, you guys, trap is back. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, music
Like
is cyclical.
Amapiano, like is that phased out now? At this
I
point?
am not like the biggest fan of Amapiano. I feel like for me, music that starts to sound too samey and formulaic starts to get kind of old.
Yeah.
That's probably some of the reasons why I liked K-pop. Or I like K-pop, but I've liked K-pop since I was like in sixth grade. I have CDs I bought when I was in literally 11.
Wow.
I have like me like at church, because I was at church like wearing K-pop, like a K-pop shirt from I don't know, HOT or something.
Yeah.
You know, not to like age myself further, but is that it's always so ADHD. Like K-pop music is always keeping you. It's like, whoa, I didn't expect that crazy. Yeah. The music videos are insane, and that's what I love about it. It's just like hyper pop, you know. And now hyper pop is an actual genre that's really like experimental pop music, kind of like Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
That all stuff is kind of considered hyper pop. And if some music exists to be monotonous because it's for like a vibe, like techno is all techno is kind of more is less dynamic creatively, but it's because you need to play it at the club, and it's meant to be that. It's meant to be like more of a headspace. Versus I like music.
I didn't know that's okay. I've always felt that way about like techno or certain types of electronic music, but you saying it makes so much sense.
Yeah, like when you're at the club, it's more like an ambiance. Like this house song into the next house song, it should be seamless. That's
like
why
one long ass song.
Yeah. And then the great like house DJs, for example, they're telling a story through those seamless changes. And there's nothing that like, you know, if you go to like a regular club or like in like they're playing traditional EDM, you always have to stop because there's like a drop happening. Like house music is not like that. There are only brief breaks in it. You want to be dancing all night, 5 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's been to all the clubs.
I mean, yeah, bro.
Have you heard
I
of
love it all though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Have you heard of Hidden Hills Club?
No.
No? Well, that's a sponsor of the show.
Oh, okay.
If you want to learn more about Hidden Hills Club, we like to do on-air spots. Go to hiddenhills.club, find out more. And I'm sure you'll hear TOKiMONSTA at Hidden Hills Club.
Most likely.
For sure.
Okay.
We'll figure this out eventually. But no, but it's truly fascinating because like I remember your music all the way back to Go With It.
Mm-hmm.
So like, again, everyone here is forever young, but like Go With It, like that, like that's like a distinct like era to me because there was no one that looked like you back then. I think it was even before Zoo, and then when Zoo first came out, no one even knew he was Asian. So it's like a completely different landscape now, and I don't know what the Gold House people are doing, but they should have been inviting you from the very beginning, bro. Like, cause you are a true on the Mount Rushmore of music, and when it comes to Asian Americans doing the damn thing, TOKiMONSTA. I mean, what can I say?
I'm so flattered. To their defense, though, they did invite me the last couple of years. They just didn't go.
Too big.
Too big.
Yeah. I was like, man, that looks like a lot of work. I was like, I had a gig or something.
I'm
like
sure
that.
you were somewhere around the world,
but
performing to thousands.
But I would love to see, like, other Asian Americans or Asians that are in these like niche circles also feel that community, because there's a strong Asian community.
Mhm.
So let's bring more people into it, like whatever we can do. Like I love signing people of diverse backgrounds to my label.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like a DEI hire thing that I
Sure.
do, I am just open-minded to listen to everyone's music, like whether you're born in Japan like our artist Shima, or maybe you identify as queer or non-binary like our artist Rosette, but their music, it's you don't need to know who they are. They're fucking sick, because nothing matters more than the music. The only difference with me is I'm not judging them because of these identity things. Like if I have like the best ballroom rapper on my label, it's like he's just a fire rapper. If I sign any person who is diverse and interesting, it's because they're just fucking cool. And everyone else has just been judging them for these things in the past.
Yeah, tell us more about your label. So, like, what can we look forward to that you'll be coming out with?
Yeah, so I think, when does this air?
This will air sometime in the summer of this year, so probably around June.
So this will already be out then. So we have an artist Next to Blue. He's an incredible producer, so he's coming out with some stuff, really beautiful, beautiful electronic music. Like when you're like vibing, fire. It's so amazing.
Next to Blue? That was
Next to Blue.
Okay. Very cool name.
I just want everyone to pay attention to what we're doing, because the music is always going to be good. I'm never going to put out crappy music just for an identity. I'm only going to put out the most exciting music that you've ever heard, Yeah,
and what's the name of the label?
Oh, Young Art Records.
Young Art.
And are y'all doing mostly producer projects, artist projects, like different genres? Like what are the genres you're exploring?
So I think, one of the highlights of Young Art Records is putting out Rochelle Jordan's album, her last album. And now she's massive. She just opened for Pink Panthers. She's all over Kaytranada's album. Kaytranada produced a bunch of stuff on her recent album that was not with us, but she's still like my sis,
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, she's like an R&B singer, but over house beats. So like, think about like, Rochelle Jordan's all over Kaytranada's album. So if you like Kaytranada.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. I didn't realize because I didn't see her on your.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Play with the Changes. That album came out on Young Art, so we put that out. And like Cakes to Killa's album is so super good. There's an artist named Shima who's incredible. We put her album out last year, and there's like so many more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it feels good to uplift and platform artists I believe in, because it was really hard for me. Why does it have to be hard for everyone else?
Nice. Paying it forward. Saying the elevator down. Super important.
We all benefit from that, because we just get better music, right? And I love good music, and all I want to do is share that with the world. Like, there's a part of me that's a producer. That is me creatively expressing myself by making, right? And then there's DJing and running a label. or being a radio host, you know, and that is my love of music. I want to share with the world, and it's not necessarily my music. You know, I did like a residency on KCRW in January. And that was like a really fun opportunity to share a bunch of music from up and comers with all of LA.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Being able to, like, when you, especially like all these years performing in different cities, I've always been curious, like, what do you do to research like the song that's like, you know, known in that local area? For example, like I lived in Atlanta for like 8 years. And if you play any Pimp C record, or if you play, you know, anything from Outkast, the crowd loves it. But like, that's in America. What if you go to another country? Like, do you just go on the internet and be like, all right, what's like the poppin' song that I know I can win over the crowd? Are you even thinking like that? Do you care about that kind of stuff? I'm just curious what your thought process is.
If I have time, I love doing that because it's showing the people that I respect their culture and their city.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think the last time I played Atlanta, I did. Oh no, it wasn't in Atlanta. I was in Tennessee. I did. I did like a special edit when I was there. Anyways, when I go to these countries, wherever they may be, if there's like a song there that's really big, I won't just play the track. I'll see if I can do like an edit beforehand. And that's where like I open my Ableton and I producer skills, you know?
Yeah.
And see if I can do something fun for the audience there.
Awesome.
And that's bespoke.
Yeah.
know?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Wow. You heard it here first. So next time you go to a TOKiMONSTA show, you will get a bespoke experience.
Yeah. Not every time, you guys.
Not every time.
Yeah.
Close to every time. Close to every time.
When I try, well, it's good because if it's like, if I go back to Tennessee or if I go back to Atlanta or something like that and I have like a Pimp C edit that I made, I can go back and play it again, you know?
Awesome.
Oh,
But
true.
I'll only play it there, you know?
For sure.
Yeah,
For the
yeah,
heads that
yeah.
know.
Okay.
You know?
Oh,
Dope.
that's so cool.
Well, TOKiMONSTA, as we said throughout the show, it is a true honor for us to have you on. We do have a gift for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have shoes.
Ooh.
From 1587 Sneakers. This is an Asian-owned company. These are all Italian leather shoes. And yeah, hopefully it's your size. We'll get that all figured out. But yeah, some sneakers for you.
Right?
Nice.
Okay.
We'll
find out
yeah,
later.
we'll find out later. But before we end, we have a few things to handle. Some rapid fire questions.
Yeah. Okay. First one is, where's your favorite restaurant in the world?
Damn, I don't know.
You have like or favorite food, favorite thing that's like a go-to that you like to get?
Oh, okay. This is gonna be random. Maybe Yuchun in
Oh,
Koreatown.
okay,
for
very
naengmyeon.
nice.
It's weird because it's not like thing I eat all the time.
Mhm.
It's just a really special place that I can't really get unless like I'm in Korea. I can't really get naengmyeon like that anywhere else. But I
Sure.
love all these other places. But I know that place is good.
Oh, it sticks
whenever
out.
I go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's great.
Nice.
Okay.
That was a really random one. That's the first thing that came to my head.
I
so
mean,
just said
it's
it.
you, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
Second question is, what's your favorite album of all time that you keep going back to?
36 Chambers Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, wow.
shit, okay.
That's unexpected.
Well, I didn't expect a
I-
Wu-Tang reference.
Yeah,
Damn.
Wu-Tang is my
yeah.
favorite band alive.
Wow.
Oh wow. Have you
Re-
seen them live?
Yeah, a bunch.
Did you go to
I mean-
their? Yeah, like they say it's their farewell tour, but did you go to any of their shows?
Not the recent ones. I feel like it's a little, the energy's a little hectic for me at this age.
Yeah.
So, but I've gone,
It's hectic for them too.
You
Yeah.
like whether it's like their individual shows or them together, or if it's like a Cuban Links, this and that, I've like seen them a bunch. But I think it's also nostalgic. There's something really
Yeah.
special about it because it was
Yeah.
like the first, not like the first hip hop, because I feel like the first rap I listened to in LA was like West Side Connection or like
Yeah,
Coolio
yeah.
or something like that. But
True Southern California girl.
yeah,
I
there's
hear it.
something just about
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan where I was like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
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 Whoa.
Wow, I love that pick. Oh, and then her.
Oh
local
yes,
god,
yeah. Well,
right?
and the third one is, who is your local god? Who do you consider is like underrated or deserves more of a spotlight?
In LA specifically?
Not necessarily anywhere.
Yeah.
Who's someone that you're like, yo, this is a local god for real, but people
should know
yeah,
about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've thought about this like that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the inspiring people I know have made some level of a name for themselves, but it could just be more niche.
Mm-hmm.
if I want to think about like a local god in LA, someone that I really respect, though he already has a lot of accolades, it's probably Roy Choi.
He is a local guy.
Yeah.
He's a
That's
local
for
god.
damn sure.
Like he's not, but he, people recognize his feats and what he's done for the community. But I aspire to that. It's like he does amazing food, cooking, TV stuff, but he's always giving back to the community in such a large way, and I've always respected that about him. He's like an incredible person.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Love that answer. The local god of Torrance and LA overall.
Let's go.
TOKiMONSTA. For some bizarre reason, if people don't already know who you are or don't know your music, where can they find you?
I guess I have a website, which is just TOKiMONSTA.com, TOKiMONSTA. My Instagram. I have a TikTok. It's not really popping over there, but, there's all the internet places. You can search my tour dates online and your local venues.
For sure. I mean, TOKiMONSTA will be touring somewhere near you at some point in the near future. We have
Very
no doubt.
likely.
Very likely. So make sure you follow her. Follow us if you like what we're doing here on Local Gods. Like, subscribe. Try not to leave hate comments about music because as long as we get those. But if you enjoy the show, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.